decades, through the ages, they had 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah. And so they just wasn't done. It was done.
Oh, my mic in so long. Is it done? Tie the hair up real quick. That's the tie the hair up real quick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna slip. I never knew I could tie my hair like this. Like just the hair. I like a new skill. Okay, wash our hands real quick because yeah, I miss using the mic. Hopefully it makes it a little bit better. Okay, today what we're gonna do real quick is this is the day after the market and got myself dressed up, cleaned up, feeling better. Yesterday I was such in a down mood. I was also happy though, but I was also like, it's like that. Yeah, 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 it was both. It was both for real. But today I told my mom yesterday I was like, oh, we had these greens because my mom on 4th of July she got two greens. She got no, not two greens. She got a heck of bundles of greens for us to split. One for 4th of July and then after that. So it's been heck of long and um, I was like, dang, I should really make them greens. But today something in me was like, okay, you need to elevate your greens. You know, you need to at least be trying to get better. So I was like, okay, yeah. Looked online, found this lady because I'm like, oh, how can I make it better? Um, and thank God my mom got these. One thing I didn't do last time was put no meat in her or nothing, but she got these neck bones. And the lady in the video, because I was like, oh, you know, with the neck bones, you know, make it crisp. The lady in the video was like, boom, special thing to do. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. Okay, too hype, too hype, too hype, too hype, too hype, too hype. Anyways, boom. I heavyweight got to get the neck bones first, but I also really want to talk about this market because there's some things that I was thinking about some more, and I was like, you need to. There's a whole reason why things went the way they went, and you need to think about it so you can, you know, elaborate on it because it don't just be for me to be knowing. I already know that I need to. I learn these lessons, and if I can interpret it, which I can, as such, you know, I should be also trying to tell others so they can see the same in their situation. You know, it's no reason for me to be just knowing something, knowing I can help someone else and withholding it. Nah, no, no, we shouldn't be doing that. And people do, but it's not like you know. I don't think that's the way to be. So I try not to do that. I try to learn, help others learn, you know, get it done. I'm gonna get these neck bones in this water. First thing I said to do was boil. We're also gonna look and see. No. First thing I said to do was boil the neck bones, um, which this thing is gonna be tenderon, tenderism, tenderism. That's what we're trying to get. So, boom. First, let's get that doing. And while I do that, gosh, I did write down these things. I wrote down a couple of things that I want to talk about from the market because one thing about me is I've been needing to write things down to really capture it, or main is to not be forgetting things because we know how easy you could forget something. It'd be too easy, honestly. But yeah, I got these, got some more written. We're gonna be back in here in a little bit, but let me see. First, I gotta get these greens going, um, so they can cook for a little bit while. It's about to be 2 o'clock. I was like, I'm definitely gonna need to start them earlier because sometimes I be starting them too late. Not that late, like 3, 4, but too late. I need to be just a little bit more. Okay, I'm all over the place. I love doing videos when I'm cooking because it just helps me be able to elaborate so much better because I'm lightweight, like, you know, flow stating. Flow stating. Ah, 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 ah. Okay, let's get us a pot. All right, this is gonna be the pot. Oh yeah. This is pot we need. Okay, boom. So the one thing I was debating though, this lady in her thing, she said 6 cups water, and I always do vegetable broth. So I'm like, dang, 6 cups vegetable broth thing there. Or stay with her 6 cup, or should I follow it to a T? It's a dilemma because I'm like, dang, what do I know though? Honestly, either way, do I even know? All right, she said 6 cups water. We're gonna use 6 cups water. Cups water, two. First two, second two, third, third time's the charm. The way she had it, the way she had the. Let's just do what we're gonna do. This looks monstrous. What is this? Yeah, can't even all fit in here. This one's gonna have to go back. Big old turkey thing. And they're thinking, should I put it in a plastic bag? Nah. This is fine in this container it came in, but I hate to be using more and more plastic, but okay. This thing's sliding around. It's gonna have to do. I need to get a little organized. Or else my mind is running rampant. Gosh. Get down out of here. I'm also going to attempt to make some cornbread later. Let's see. Okay, but this is how it's looking. Hold on. I'm super not be doing my multitasking thing. But we got to do that right now because I got to cut these greens. That's what the pot's looking like. I was trying to pick that last drum over there, but it just wouldn't do it. So this is good. Okay, I just put that on medium high. I'm waiting until it gets to a boil. Then I'm gonna put it on medium low and put a little bit of seasoning in and do what it do. But that's gonna need to cook for a little bit, like we said. While that does, I'm waiting for these greens to hurry up and finish washing. I'm in the dishwasher. So once those are done, boom, we're gonna get to that. Okay, so when I went to the market yesterday, everything was good. I first got there really early, 6 a.m. Got all set up and everything was pretty much going good. I did my thizzle, and there's a couple of things that really went wrong. It had me feeling like, you know, I could have done better in these areas. And one was being grateful. As soon as I got there, there's a sticker, and on the sticker, boom, it said the number 35. The first thing I thought that went to my head was, I hope that's not all I make today. Because one, I've been working hecka hard, and when you're human, you just want things to go well. Like, of course, you don't want, you're not just doing it just for them to go well, but you want them to go well. So, boom, that's how I was feeling. But I should have known better because there's been so many situations in my life that are karmatic that, like, too many times. And I thought I knew better because I thought I had learned by now. But too many times I'll say something like, oh, that can never be me, or, you know, that'll never be me, something like that along those lines. And boom, within that same little time frame that I can realize it, that's me. Because just because I said it, it's just taught me a lot about that. And I'm talking about very specific things. Like one time I was working security, and um, the first security I worked at was Amazon. Boom. I worked there uh, for a little bit when I was a teenager, and boom, big old facility, all types of room, all types of people in there. Just honestly, that was a fun job. Too fun, honestly. But enough about that. Anyways, that was the job that I had. So some time went by and I didn't do security, but there came a point shortly after that where I was trying to get another job doing security because I knew it was easy at the time. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's something easy we can do. And you can get it quick. With the company I worked with, I knew I could get back in quick because they always needed people. Allied, if you know Allied out here, you always see Allied somewhere, and they was always needing people. So boom, I went back to Allied to see what I could pick up, and got me a job doing security. But this time I didn't know where it was going to be. Um, they just was like, oh, some type of center on the form, and I was like, okay. But he told me it was 6 days working, Saturday too. Boom. And what job was it? It was me working at the bank. The same job where I was like, dang. Before this, I was like, dang, that could never be me because one, I didn't like standing. I was like, dang, they gotta one stand there all day, and two, they gotta see people, not see people, but kind of be like a servitude to people. You gotta open the door for certain people, like you have to. Not that it's not a bad thing to do, but I'm just saying like you're kind of under control of having to. Just the control aspect kind of tarnishes and makes it seem like something different. Little did I know that was going to be one of the best jobs I ever had. I met some great people there, and I just learned a lot about the banking system, a lot about just systems in general, and really got a wealth of information there. So I was karmatically, thinking the worst for it, but it was actually something very, very beneficial. So that taught me right then, never say never, never say something. Be careful about what you be saying, for real. So I should have known that when I seen that 35. I should have known that. And I tried to be, I did still try to in that instant be like, well, if you do at least, I said this too. I was like, if you do get that, at least it's something. Like you just have to start from somewhere. And I was already trying to kind of feel like, oh, because I heard something online a little bit before, and it was like how you want to think you're progressing, you want it automatically there, but that's not how the thing goes. And I was just telling my friend the other day, like after yesterday, actually, after I was done there, I was telling them how, boom, you don't just start on level boss level. You don't just be on boss level right away. You're not just boom. If you're playing a game, you're not just going straight to that boss level. No, you're going to level one, two, three, and whatever other levels you have to do until you can get there. And that's what I was starting to think of it. I was like, that's actually what it is, and you need to realize that. Um, so I started, thinking about it differently and just being a little bit more grateful about certain things because certain things was alignment like that. Just showing that showed me how much I actually did end up making because I didn't make that much. I only had one sale yesterday, but I'm still grateful for it, even as I'm saying it like this. I only had one sale yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you why I think this is too. But um, it was for these phone cases, not phone cases, it's for these phone holders that I made, and it was his son. He seen it and he was like, "Oh, that looks really nice." And his dad was like, "Yeah, that would look nice, especially if you had a wooden desk." And I was just telling him, I was like, "Oh yeah, these are very one of my favorites. Like, I really do think these look really nice." I was thinking that the whole time I was making them. I was like, "Dang!" And I showed my sister. I was like, "Dang, this," because I made her a phone holder way, way, way back, way, way, way back when I first was, you know, starting back. But hers was, you can tell the difference between the one I made her and the one that I had just made, and it looks so much better. I was like, dang. So that's how you know one thing that you got your skills better looking. You grew from there. You can see it. But yeah, the guy said was like, oh, he's like, but what as he was saying that, I was like really trying to capture the deal. Now I was like, okay, hold on, time to bring out some marketing skills for real. And I was telling him, he was like, oh, how much is it? And I was like, 20 each. But for you, I can do a deal, 15 right now. And then so he's like, can you do two for 15? It's so funny. When I told my sister this is how communication like can be so different. Like that's why you got to be like communication is key and actually elaborate on what you're saying. Because I said this guy was like, oh, can we get two for 15? And I was like, yeah. I told my sister that, and she was like, no, because she thought it was like get two of the phone cases for $15. I was like, no, 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 no. Not that much. Not that much going down. I was saying like two phone holders and 15 each. So that's what they ended up doing. I got 30 from that. But I was grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. For real, for real. I am. The second thing that I got, because at 35, well, where was the other five from? Now, at the end of the day, one reason why I think like it wasn't selling that much, there's a few things that I think I could have improved on that I really think kind of messed it up a little bit. Oh, one was not putting the price on there. I was thinking like, dang, you really should have put maybe the price on it and showed people how much it was going to be. Should have showed people how much it was going to be um, on the thing so they can at least see what it was. Because a lot of people were saying, oh, this looks really good. Like they were like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, did you make this? A lot of people were really nice. But I think because I didn't have the price on it, it looks like a very luxury. Not to just say, just be blowing my things up, but it really did look like very luxury. Like it might have been too expensive. And I didn't want people thinking that. I wanted people like, oh, shoot, I can get this, you know? It's looking very nice, Do, do, do. Not be hecka bougie about it. No. Also trying to do it for the good, for keeping things around, being sourced humanly. So I think that's something I could have did better. And two, just talk more. I was not like some people. I was trying to say hello, and they just wouldn't say anything back. And I was like, oh, dang. But some people, I was talking to them, and they were like, oh, thank you, for engaging and trying to, talk to me. But I didn't do that oh so often. That's the problem, and I should have been doing that. I kind of was just letting get in my head about things, which I can't be doing. Anyways, the two people I talked to the most was the ones that really bought from me, or that guy and this other guy. Another thing I got to be thankful for. This other guy, he was talking to me. I stopped him and he's like, "Oh, I build a little bit too, you know. And a lot of people were stopping by because they could appreciate it, for real, for real. Like they have also been doing it. That was pretty cool. And this guy come by saying, you know, he does dabbles here and there, talking, and he was like, "Oh, you should look around, like look at the tools they have here." And I already knew from going there once before that they had some really good discounts on tools. And I was telling him, yeah, I was like, yeah, I know they got some really good discounts here. I really got to go check them out and see because I only, you know, glanced over once the time before and not really thoroughly saw. I was like, I really do got to do that. I was thinking of that. And he came back later, a little bit later, and boom, had this box. Put the box there. I was like, oh, what is this? And he's talking about these are some tools. I was like, are you just giving these to me? He's like, well, I'm hoping to trade. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Like, and he had this thing. One was like a jig for dovetails. And if y'all know dovetails, like, come on now, good jig. It was a metal jig, like a big old metal jig. You got to get like a bit for it. I got to try to get something attachment for it. But that, then this one old school, old time um, saw thing, but it's kind of like a miter saw because the base is already set up where you could put the saw in and you get a straight cut, you know, every time. Boom, I was excited about that because I tried to make one of those and it just wasn't doing what it was doing. It wasn't as straight as a metal thing, you know. I was happy about that. And then the third thing that I was super happy about that I was like, oh my gosh, this is heaven sent, was this sander because all those projects that I had done, 1,000% hand sanded because just now another one of my sanders went out. And so I was already thinking to myself, okay, I need to go get another sander. And boom, as soon as I was thinking that, boom, I was so happy about that. So then I had to really start thinking to myself, and I keep seeing stuff where it's like, and this is how we gotta always remember to be grateful because God's really just trying to see, one, are you gonna even be grateful for me giving you this small? Are you even gonna be grateful for that? Are you even gonna be grateful? Because if I can't give you the small and you're not being grateful, what makes you think you're gonna get the big and be grateful? Like, no. So you really have to keep that in mind. Like, boom, and should be either way, regardless. A lot of different thoughts I've had on this market already, and I was thinking throughout the time. I know what to do for my next one, and on my next one, I was planning on doing it this time, but how I was feeling during and everything, I didn't end up doing it. But on the second time, C to C, we gonna record it and do like a whole full film of how it was looking. It was fun though. It was fun. I met two people, both on either side of me, that were really helpful the whole day. Just talking about the event. They're, you know, veterans in the field, so just talking about things going on. And I do say so myself. I do say so myself. There really be some lessons to be learned, and sometimes I just be overlooking them. I be so feeling one way, like I could have just been feeling one way about it. But as soon as you start doing that, it's not what you should be on. It's not what you should be doing. You gotta start feeling well about these things and just know that not everything is as it seems. Not everything is as it seems. And that's something I should really know. I've seen time and time again, so I should really know. Okay, now we're going these in the pot, start seasoning. I don't know why I didn't put it on a different setting, but these ones already look dang near halfway cooked. When I put it in the dishwasher, like the last time I did it, it didn't do this. I don't know what setting I put it on. Dishwasher, it'd be trying to like cook them, dang near. You have to wash them on cold, and I thought I was doing that this time. But I guess not. I don't know, maybe it's helping for today. Because I did say I'm trying to get them as tender as possible. Okay, we're going to season this up. And of course, Need some of that hot sauce. Okay, right now it's looking all right. We're gonna see what it do. I didn't throw out any type of meat, so what we're about to do is um, put this into warm water real quick. Ah, that water hot. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys the tools that I got. Ooh, a little bit heavy. A lot of bit heavy. Okay, boom. First thing I got was this saw, but this saw goes. Okay, this is the jig, the sander I was talking about. It's a little bit of an old school one, but old school will do, definitely. Well, and I like sometimes old fashioned things, just so you can, have an experience of the oldies. They also gave me this pamphlet, Sacramento Area Woodworkers. So in my area, and I didn't even know this was a thing. Like the guy that gave me these tools gave me this too. He's like, "Oh, you should check it out." I surely should. I surely should. I surely should. Okay, now we got this. Box out the way. Boom. This is what this was, and the saw goes to it. Boom, look at that. So basically like some old time miter saw, like hand miter saw. Boom, boom. And you could just the angle. I'm gonna figure that out later. But yeah, pretty neat, pretty cool. And this is the jig. He's saying I need some type of connector. I'm gonna figure that out. Dovetail template. We don't need that. So I'm very happy about these. Huh? 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 I just missed. I just stirred up those greens. All the meat falling off the bone. Let's see what I do today. But I was just thinking to myself, like, dang, I need to call my friend, like my one friend that I got, my boy Justin from high school, track birthday today, and I need to call him and say happy birthday. It's been on the back of my mind, but I just have been kind of running around, and I started making this pretty early. I started this like a little bit before 2. It's 5 now. In the meantime, I was doing a couple things. So if I do this, I'm definitely gonna do that. Oh, one thing I did want to say real quick. I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to either this time or next time, either this weekend or next month. I don't know if I'm going to go back and try to do the show again. Now that I know a little bit better, I know a little bit more things to be looking out for and doing. Even more than I was saying in this video, I got a couple mental notes on a few other things between me and God that I need to be doing a little bit better, so I know well what to work on. But in the meantime of that, I am going to put that collection that I just finished online. I just opened my Shopify not too long ago, so I'm going to put that on there in the meantime for anybody that's interested in trying to snag those before they're gone. That link in bio. Honestly, I was thinking too, I am really grateful for everything learning on that show, at that market, because honestly, you really just sometimes don't need everything at once. Like, I know you want it to be 1,000% what it's going to be in the best way, but I mean, that's not always what it needs to be. So why try to do that? Why try to force it into something it's not supposed to be? I'm not with that, so it's better to not. What's cracking? Happy birthday to my guy. Another year. Big 26. Going all the way up. Yes, sir. Wishing nothing but blessings. I'm going to take out some of these bones. Most certainly. These definitely the best greens I've ever made. All right, y'all. Thank y'all always for watching. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. And as always, we are created to create. So keep on.